Welcome back. So we're going to move on from where we stopped in the last video. If you remember, I said we're going to be looking at how to move the insertion point and how to move around within the document. So before we continue, I would want us to create more paragraphs so that we can have enough details to work with. All right. So I'm going to continue from where I stopped the other time. We're going to type more text. So as you can see, I guess he's angry with you. Full stop. So remember that I said to go to the next paragraph. I'm going to strike the enter key. So do the same. So this is another paragraph now, and we're going to start typing. I am a man of integrity. I can speak for myself anytime. You can always bank on whatever I tell you. I don't know if you noticed something, and when I typed let me delete tell you and I. If you type letter I and you space it on a normal ground, after whatever, delete up to whatever, then space it, type I, you will see that after striking the space bar, you'll notice that that letter changed to a capital letter. So it's by default on Microsoft Word. But if I delete it and I type it back and I hit the space bar, it's not going to change again because I've said, oh, I don't want that. So Microsoft Word will assume that, oh, maybe I don't want it in capital letter. But if I want it to come back, I'll have to go back to whatever, space it, then type I again, then it's going to change. All right. So I'm going to continue. It's just something that I just want to draw your attention to. So you can always bank on whatever I tell you. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic at all. So as you can see, we have two paragraphs now, and I want one more to make it day. So I'll hit my enter key again. So I'm going to type something else again. Don't come alone when you're coming to the library. Come with a lot of books that you have, because you may not find any book to read on the shelves. So now I have 3 paragraphs. So you now know how to type conveniently, and I'm sure if you have to type 5 pages, you're going to move on typing like this. So that is how to type. Okay? Later in the course of the study, I'm going to teach you how to format text then you're going to be learning how to beautify what you're typing now. But for now, just follow, because these are the, foundational issues that you need to master before we begin to do all those ones. So I want to teach you how to move this insertion point. Don't forget that it is that vertical stroke or the vertical bar that is blinking. So look at where it is now. Can you see it here? So let's assume that I want to move a step backward, that is to the left. How do I move? Now, the first way to move is to use my mouse to click right where I want it to be. So if I click here now, it's going to move, as you can see. So I will place my mouse pointer in the position where I want the insertion point to be and click there. That is left click, the normal clicking. Okay? So can you see that? So, but I'll click back at the end of it. So if I don't want to make use of the mouse, there's another way to do that. So you're going to make use of your keyboard now. And I want you to learn all these things now. So if you're going to move a step backward, that is to the left, you're going to use your navigation keys. And if you can remember, I showed you those navigation keys on your keyboard when I was teaching you how to make use of your keyboard. Okay? So you see those navigation keys, there are 4. One is pointing to the left, one to the right, one is pointing to the top, then one pointing to the bottom. Okay? One pointing upwards and one downwards. So there are 4. Okay? So as you can see now, I want to move it to the left. So I'll use the navigation key that is facing my left hand side. So look at it now. You can strike that key. You see that it's going towards my left. All right? So if I want it to come back to the right, that is, I want to move to the end of that line. So I'm going to use what? My navigation key that is facing right. That is the right navigation key. As some people call them direction keys. Okay, so I'm going to use the right direction key. Now, as you can see, it has taken me back to the end of that line. Okay, so you use the direction keys to move one character at a time. Okay, so if I want to keep moving out to the beginning of shelves, I need to just keep striking that left direction key. So as you can see, it's moving me now. If I want to go back, I hit the right navigation key. As you can see, that's taking me back. Now, what if I want to move one word at a time? I don't want to move one character at a time again. I want that insertion point to go to the end of the word. Okay? That is to go to the next word towards my left. What will I do? Now, I showed you a control key on your keyboard. And how do you recognize it? I showed you earlier. You see CTRL. That is your control key. So you're going to hold it down. Then you're going to strike the navigation key that is facing left now. Okay? As you can see now, I've done that. If you do it again, you're going to have it move to the end of that word. As you can see, it's moving word per word now. Can you see that? Try it. So if I want to go to the right, I'll hold the control key, one word per time. As you can see, it's moving me back, one word per time. So that is how to move. So you know how to move to the next word now. The first one is how to move to the next character, but this second one is how to move to the next word. And how to differentiate between the two is that you hold your control key and strike the navigation key. The first one, you just press or strike the navigation key, but this time around you're going to hold the control key, then strike the navigation key. Okay, so that's how it works. So what if you want to go to the beginning of a line? Now look at my insertion point. Now I'm at the end of this line, but what if I want to go back to the beginning of this line, that is before you? So all I'm going to do is to use one key called home on my keyboard. All right, so try to locate that on your keyboard. You see home, but if you don't have it on your keyboard, don't worry yourself about that. So it means you don't have that as part of your keyboard. But if you can see it, just strike the home key and it's going to take you to the beginning of the line. So that saves you the stress of, striking the navigation key many times before you get to the beginning of the line. So, and if you want to come back to the end of that line, you use the end key on your keyboard. And as you can see, that's taking me back. All right. So the next thing I want to teach you is how to move to the beginning of a document. So I want to go back to the beginning of this document. So how do I do that? I would hold my control key and strike home key. Hold your control key down, then strike the home key. As you can see, it has taken me back to the beginning. Can you see that? To the beginning of this document, D. What if I want to go back to the end of the document? I'll use the same control key and strike the end key on the keyboard. As you can see, it has taken me back. All right? So that's how to move. Then the next thing is to learn how to move from one line to the other. Look at where I am now. This is the last line. If I want to move to the next line, I'll use my up direction key. Okay? So strike that key now, and it's going to take you up. Can you see that? Can you see? So if I strike it again, it's going to take me up. Can you see where it is now? If I strike it again, it's going to take me up. Can you see where it is? If I strike it again, it's going to take me up. It's going to take me up. Can you see that? So if I want to come down and I want to move line by line, I'll use the direction key that is coming downwards. Now, look at where it is. I want to come down. So I'll keep striking it, and as you can see, it's coming down. So some people prefer to, move down a page by using these up and down navigation keys. So whichever one you find comfortable for you, just go ahead and use it. But you now know how to move. Okay? Now, how do you now move to the next paragraph? Remember, we have 3 paragraphs now. So look at this paragraph now. Okay? So I've come to the end of the 3rd paragraph, but what if I want to go back to the previous paragraph? How do I do that? I hold my control key, then strike the up arrow key. Can you see that? The up navigation key. So hold down the control key and do that now. You see that it has taken me to the previous paragraph. If I want to move again, I hold it, the control key, then go up. As you can see, can you see now? So to move from one paragraph to the other, you hold your control key and use the navigation key that is facing the direction that you want to move to. So that's how to do that. So look at where it is now. If I want to come down now, paragraph by paragraph, I'm going to hold my control key because I'm coming down. So I'm going to use the down navigation key, and as you can see, it has taken me there now. So that's how to use all these keys. Now, there are two other keys that I want to show you: the page down key and the page up key. So if you want to navigate to the beginning of a page, you're going to use page up. If I'm going up now, I want to see the beginning of that page, I use page up. If I'm coming down, I use page down to see the end of that page. Can you see that? So you should locate that on your keyboard as well. On some keyboards, you're going to see PG representing page, and you see up, page up, PG up. Then for page down, you see PG down, PG DN. That's what you're going to see there. On some, you see it written clearly, page up, page down. So it depends on the keyboard you're using. All right. So that's how to do it. So you can practice that and check it out. Okay. So these are things that you need to know. Then I want to show you another feature. Okay. Let's say you want to find a word on this document now. How do you do that? Just a word. So how do you do that? So you're going to hold your control key and strike key F. As you can see now, it has brought out my navigation pane. Can you see this side? This pane came out when I held down my control key and struck key F. So control F means find. Okay? So it's going to give you this when you strike that. Control plus F key will bring out this for you. So here now I can type what I'm looking for. Let's say I want to look for the word speak. As you can see, it's showing me one result here. And if you come to your document area, you see that speak has been highlighted for me. So that's how to use the find tool on the Microsoft Word. So if I don't want this again, all I need to do is to close it and it will disappear. So that's how it works. So what if I want to replace that speak? Maybe I have typed, but I don't want that speak again. I want to change it to talk. So how can I do that? So every appearance of that speak on my document here, I want to change it to talk. So how do I do that? All right. How do I do that? So I want you to come to your Home tab. Ensure that you're on the Home tab. You bring your mouse pointer to it, you click, you see that it will have a white background on it if it's active. If I come to Insert now, you will notice that Insert is now active and you see the white background on it. So I'm coming back to Home. Okay. So come to this section. You can see my mouse movement. You see replace here. Can you see that? The find we used the other time is also here in case you want to use that. Okay. So if you don't want to use Control F, you use this one here and you'll see that it's going to give you the same result. Can you see that? So now for replace, if you don't want to come to this place, you want to use the buttons as well, you're going to use Control H. Control H. Okay. As you can see now, can you see what is coming out for me? Can you see replace that is highlighted now? Can you see that? So you see find what? What do you want to find? I want to find speak. So what do I want to replace speak with? I want to replace it with talk. So I have options here. replace, replace all, find next. So whichever one I want to use out of this, I have to determine that. If I say replace, it's just going to replace one instance of speak. So if I have many instances of speak on the document, it means it's just going to replace one. But if I use replace all, it's going to replace every instance of speak on this document. All right? So you need to understand that. So what this find next will do is to first find it before I replace it. So if I say find next, as you can see now, I'm going to drag this down. Can you see that it has selected it for me? So I can say replace this now. That's how it works. So if I say replace, you see that it has replaced it here. Can you see that? And it's even telling me that we are finished searching the document. Can you see that? I'll say okay. Look at it here now. So that's how to use it. Okay? So on the same dialog box here, you see go to. What do you do with this go to? You use it to move from one page to the other. So if I want to move, let's say I have plenty pages here, maybe like 10 pages, and I want to go to page 10. I don't want to, keep scrolling. I know the exact page I'm going to. All I need to do is just to type the page number here, then I'll, just click the next button and it will take me there. So that's how it works. But because now I only have one page, so I can't do that for now. But if you create several pages, it's going to do that for you. It's going to take you to that page. So all you need to do is just type it here, okay, and click go to. All right. So once you do that, it takes you to that page. So that's how it works. So you can see find here. If you want to find anything, you can see the three of them here. You can manipulate them, use them, and see how they work. All right. So these are things that you need to know on how to move around within your document. So I'm sure you've learned something very serious from this video, and you're going to be learning many more in the next videos to come. So this is where we're going to stop in this video. So watch out for the next video. Thank you.